Well, I can tell you, Buster, that I ain't a fan of Custer, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. Now, there's some who called him hero, but against us his score was 0, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. Custer did his fighting back when white men did all the writing, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. Ah, they praised him gallant near and far. We called him son of the morning star. But the general, he don't ride well anymore. See, he liked to bravely come in thumping where all the men were out hunting. And the general, he don't ride well anymore. In native blood, he was a swimming, mostly kids and mostly women. And the general, he don't ride well anymore. Sitting Bull then put out the call to Red Cloud, Crazy Horse, and Gall, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. And Arapaho, Sioux, Cheyenne, we all marched into Lakota land, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. Now the general divided up his men. You won't make that mistake again. The general, he don't ride well anymore. See, 3,000 warriors waited. We were unanticipated. And the general, he don't ride well anymore. Now they don't call it a victory. When we win, it's called a massacre. And the general, he don't ride well anymore. Ah, back then folks were more enthusing when the native folks were losing, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. And General George A. Custer, those golden locks had luster, but the general, he don't ride well anymore. Ah, but now the good general's silent. See, he got barbered violent, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. Now we can't regret the things we did. After all, he went for our women and our kids, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. But tell your U.S. government and thank it for all these nice warm army blankets, and the general, he don't ride well anymore. No, sir, the general, he don't ride well anymore.